So today I'm talking about Tosho Daimos, which was GX-83 Solar Chogokin by Bandai, released in January 2019. And this is a full action figure with the full action articulation. It came from a anime released by Nippon Sunrise and Toei in 1978, and it had 44 episodes. And here they are. This is the series. It is the third and final in the Robot Romance trilogy that also included Combattler V and Voltus V, which were both combiner robots with 5 vehicles. This one is not a combiner. This is a transformer. And given that it came out in 1978, that was significant. Well, it was, I think, about a half a decade or more before the Transformers came out. And it transformed into a truck-like vehicle called Transer Mode. And but unlike the Transformers, there's a couple differences. First of all, the Transformers were autonomous, whereas this is a piloted robot. And second of all, the Transformers are supposed to be based on actual vehicles, whereas Transer, I don't think, was based on any actual truck. It was kind of a stylized truck, but it definitely did come before the Transformers. So this Fighting General Daimos was a bit different in that they used a lot of martial arts. So despite his size, apparently he was quite agile. And I did watch the anime, and I remember enjoying it. But it was several years ago, so I kind of forget. You know, you watch all of these anime, and they're often very similar, and you kind of forget. But I do remember enjoying each one of the Robot Romance trilogy series. And as I've mentioned before, I don't know why it's called Robot Romance Trilogy, because it's not really about romance. And since they're unrelated, I don't know why they call it a trilogy, other than the fact that they came from the same production studio and the same, I guess, animation team. It was supposed to be 50 episodes. It only was 44 episodes because of low ratings. And I for years thought that this idea of combining or making anime based on toys rather than toys based on animation kind of started with G.I. Joe and the Transformers, but apparently they worked with Poppy Toys to create this. And I had also read previously that the reason that Get a Robo is 3 robots rather than 1, like Mazinger Z, is because then they can sell 3 figures rather than 1. So apparently, animation studios and toy makers have been working together for longer than I thought. And I don't know that I really care. I mean, as long as the product at the end is good, I'm not sure that I care how it was created. I particularly like this figure. It's very clean. It's very solid. And the colors are gorgeous, particularly these greens in here. I love those colors. And I kind of like the red and the yellow and the black. I think it all works very well. Same articulation as the other FAs, with the hinge joints on the shoulders, with the really extreme bends, like this. He can almost kick himself, almost, but not quite. And as with the other FA figures, it is plastic with metal joints. And so he can go way out like that and kick forward. So really, really posable and very solid. And also, as with all the other FA figures, it's based on a transforming robot, but it does not transform. That is to keep it as anime accurate as possible and to keep it solid. So you can really, if you want to do that. Now that's not quite anime accurate. I don't think the robot in the cartoon was doing stuff like that, but I guess they're like, hey, why not? And when he's just standing there without doing some silliness, looks very solid, very nice. All these figures are about 7 inches tall. I wish they continued these lines. I wish they continued the DC and the FA. There is one thing to notice on here, and I had complained years ago when I used to write reviews that the elbow joints were very stiff, and this one is different because although there is metal in here, the actual joint is further down here, and it's plastic. So this part is plastic. Up here is metal. So this is the only one I can remember where the elbow joint, the actual bending part was plastic and not metal. This is all metal. Well, I think in here it's metal. And this part is not metal. But, boy, maybe this is plastic too, actually, now that maybe they decided to change. There certainly is metal in this. There certainly is quite a bit of die cast, and it's got a nice weight to it. But I think that, well, I don't think, I know that of the Robot Romance trilogy figures, this is definitely my favorite. And he looks a lot different from the other two, which look practically like twins. But this is a really nice figure from Bandai. So this is GX-83 from Sola Chogokin, Tosho Daimos.